Welcome to your 2025 Rancho Santa Margarita housing market update. Today we're going to be looking at the median sales price, days on market, active listings, all the data to help keep you informed. So whether you're buying or selling a house in the area, you're going to know exactly what is going on. We'll look at how it's comparing to Orange County as a whole, whether it's outperforming or underperforming, as well as what prices have done the last couple years and what I expect them to do for the next year or so. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ian Phillips. I'm a realtor in Orange County, and I love housing data. I love talking about what's going on in various cities here in Orange County. So if you're looking to buy or sell in the area, reach out. I'd love to chat. We can go over a game plan, see what makes the most sense for you. Let's dive straight into the data. So Rancho Santa Margarita, we are looking at a median home value of $1.1 million. And that has gone up quite a lot over the last 12 months or so. You can see we're up 7.6%, and we are up 2.2% month over month. So I'm going to get rid of the US and California on this chart. Blue line is Rancho Santa Margarita, and you can see back in 2022, RSM hit around $1 million before having a pretty decent correction. And all of Orange County had a pretty decent correction as well. Prices went down to $914,000 here in Rancho Santa Margarita. And since then, they have basically just gone straight up. So we're basically keeping pace with Orange County as a whole, which is really nice to see. There are a lot of cities in the area that are actually shifting more towards a buyer's market. So obviously we can see RSM is in a pretty hot seller's market right now, and so is the overall market in Orange County. We're sort of seeing this trend where people are looking more inland when determining where they want to buy in this area. And Rancho Santa Margarita was ranked the safest city in the entire state of California. So in my opinion, you're probably going to see more buyers flocking to this area, as we've seen a lot of people wanting to sell in LA, sell in San Francisco, and looking for more of a safe, family-oriented city when deciding where they want to move to. So let's get into more of the data. Active listings, currently 58 homes on the market. Not very many. You can see back in 2022, there were almost 100 homes on the market. That was right before we had that decent correction, about an 8 to 9% drop in the median sales price. But I'm optimistic that we can trend higher. Maybe we can get back to these levels over here where we had 68, 70 homes on the market. If we look at the median list price, on average, homes are listed for around $1,040,000. That's trended up since November, December of last year. Median days on market, this is how long a house has been on the market before getting into escrow, and that is 21. So technically it's a pretty hot seller's market. If we look at pending listings, this is a good indication of buyer demand. Pending listings are how many homes are getting into escrow, so how many people are writing offers interested in homes. So 43 homes in escrow, that's quite high compared to 58 homes on the market. So it would, if you had, let's say, back here, we had in August of 2024, we had 23 homes in escrow, and number of active listings, we had 49 homes on the market. So you can see there was less than 50% of the homes in escrow compared to what was available for sale. So you've had a lot more buyer demand stepping into the market in the last, let's say, 6 to 12 months. And I think we're probably going to see more of that as time goes on, heading into the rest of the year and into 2026. Number of sold properties, 41 homes were sold last month. Again, a good indication of buyer demand. On average, homes are selling for almost 1% below list price. Now, that has basically remained a solid average for the last, 5 years, basically. So you can see going all the way back to May of 2020, on average, homes were selling for almost 1% below list price. Right before that correction we had in 2022, homes were selling for 8.5% above list price. So if you're a buyer in the area, this is something that you need to be aware of. You need to know how long homes are going to be sitting on the market, how much negotiating power you have as a buyer. And if you're a seller, Also understand that you can see on average homes are selling for a little bit below list price, and homes are sitting on the market for 20 to 30 days. So if your house hasn't gotten an offer in, let's say, 30 to 45 days, there's a good chance your home is overpriced, because there aren't many homes available, and buyers are pretty smart in this market. They're not getting themselves into situations where they need to overpay for a home and get into multiple offers paying way over list price. That's not happening in all of Orange County and not in Rancho Santa Margarita as well. Of course, there are those instances if a house is listed way below market value, it's going to get multiple offers over list price. Let's look at the month supply of inventory. Excuse me, afternoon coffee. So we're seeing 1.7 months supply of inventory. If you're unaware what that means, essentially, if no one decided to list their house, it would take less than 2 months for all the homes to be purchased, and there would be nothing available. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but that tells you there is a lot of buyer demand in this city. And you, as a seller or a buyer, this is something that is worth keeping an eye on. I like to see a 50% increase year over year. That means there's a lot more homes coming onto the market, so buyers have had more choice relative to this time last year. You can see back in January last year, 0.6 months of supply. There was nothing available compared to the amount of buyers looking. And we've kind of remained around this level for the last, let's say, 8 to 9 months, which is pretty nice to see. I don't know if we're going to be getting above 2.5, 3 anytime soon. The average in Orange County is 2.5 months supply of inventory. So Rancho Santa Margarita is outpacing OC as a whole in terms of buyer demand. So that's your Rancho Santa Margarita housing market update for the year. As far as where prices are going to be headed for the next year or two, I think RSM is probably going to be one of those cities in Orange County that has more buyer demand relative to a lot of other cities. I think since it was ranked the safest city in the entire state for 2024, that's probably going to drive more interest for people who want to start a family there or already have kids, because it also has great public schools as well, which is a pretty desirable niche for a lot of families. They don't want to put their kids into private school. So that's your update. Again, my name's Ian Phillips. If you're looking for a realtor in Orange County or Rancho Santa Margarita, reach out. I'd love to chat. We can go over a game plan, see what makes the most sense for you and your situation. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.